The moon hung low in the night sky, casting an eerie glow over the graveyard. My heart pounded as I stepped through the wrought iron gates, a chill running down my spine. It was a dare from my friends, a test of courage, they said. But as I ventured deeper into the silent cemetery, I couldn't help but regret my decision. The gravestones jutted up from the ground like jagged teeth, their inscriptions worn away by time. The only sounds were the rustling of leaves in the wind and the distant hoot of an owl. I tried to convince myself that I was being silly, that there was nothing to fear in a place like this. But then I saw it. A figure hunched over one of the graves, its back to me. My breath caught in my throat as I watched, frozen in terror. The person was dressed in tattered, mud-stained clothing, their hair a tangled mess. My heart raced as I considered the possibility of encountering a homeless person or a grave robber. Summoning every ounce of courage, I took a hesitant step forward. "Hello?" I called out, my voice quivering. There was no response, just the faint sound of digging. The figure continued to dig, completely ignoring me. Swallowing hard, I approached closer, my footsteps echoing in the silence. My mind raced with questions. Who was this person and what were they doing in the graveyard in the dead of night? My friend's dare was nothing compared to the dread that now gripped me. As I drew nearer, I could see the dirt-caked hands of the figure, their fingers clawing at the earth. And then, with a sickening realization, I understood. They were digging a grave, but not just any grave. It was fresh, the soil still loose and unsettled. Panic surged through me and I stumbled back, my heart pounding. I had to get out of there, had to tell someone, had to escape the horror of what I had stumbled upon. But as I turned to flee, the figure suddenly stopped digging. Slowly, agonizingly slowly, it turned its head to look at me. Moonlight revealed a face twisted in anguish and despair, eyes hollow and empty. My screams caught in my throat as I realized the truth. The person in the grave was not a grave robber. It was the occupant clawing their way back from the dead. And now they were staring right at me, hunger in their lifeless eyes. I turned and ran, terror propelling me through the graveyard and out the gates. My friends would never believe what I had seen, but the image of that undead figure would haunt me forever, a nightmare that would never fade.